welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie and in this video I'm going to be doing a one brand look, and the brand that I've chosen is Beauty UK. So Beauty UK is like a really affordable brand. They used to like sell them in Superdrug, but they stopped for some reason, but you can get all of their products on their website. That's where I ordered all mine from. They're like super affordable, like I think the most expensive thing is probably like $5.99. It's all super cheap makeup. Obviously I've tried all of the products out and I have practiced this look, and I will say I have kind of mixed opinions on the products. Some of them I quite like, some of them are just not for me. But nonetheless I'm going to do a full face of makeup using only Beauty UK products. So yeah, as I said, everything will be Beauty UK. The only kind of cheat is the base products are all like really dark for me, so I'm going to have to use like a white mixer for concealer and foundation from another brand. So I'll probably end up using my NYX Pro Mixer, my Freedom white concealer. So that's the only kind of exception, because I just don't want to be super orange all day, and even with the white mixes it still doesn't look the best. So that's my kind of cheats there, but other than that I promise you it's all Beauty UK. So we're just going to go and start with the makeup now. I don't see Beauty UK talked about a lot, so hopefully if you're interested in the brand, this video might be a bit helpful if you're considering buying some of their products. Okay, so I'm going to actually start with my eyebrows just so I can kind of like carve them out a little bit. The eyebrow products that I've got is, well, first of all I've got the Beauty UK Simply Define eyebrow pencil, and this one's in the shade dark brown, and it just comes like this, and it's also got a little brush on the lid here. Nothing special, but does help to brush through your brows. And this is actually a decent brow pencil. I don't really have any issues with it. It's fairly good at just, you know, defining your brow. I also got the Beauty UK Crystal Clear Conditioning Mascara. Obviously it's mascara, but I've been using this as like a brow gel. I like using clear mascaras as brow gels. First of all, just to like kind of brush through them, and then sometimes I'll use it to set them as well. Yeah, so these are the only two brow products I've got, so I will use this initially to brush through my brows and to set them in place as well. So as I just said, I will use the clear mascara first and foremost to just brush through my ridiculously unruly brows. And I don't really like do anything with my brows, as you can probably tell from the fact that I have so many stray hairs. I used to pluck my brows like pretty religiously, but I just lost interest, to be honest. Like I just couldn't be bothered to keep up with it, so I just kind of go with the super messy, untamed brow look, really. I mean, I probably will eventually start like plucking them again or something, but it's just not really on my priority list right now. So this is a good product. I mean, like, it's a clear mascara. I feel like that's kind of hard to fuck up, really. But as far as it goes, it's a pretty good product. I like it. It just does what you want it to. So the colour of this is kind of like a medium brown. It's not too dark, but it's not too light either. So I do quite like the shade. So I'm basically just trying to fill in my brows with this pencil. So that's what the brows look like filled in. I'm now just going to use a little brush that comes with it and brush through that product a bit. Okay, I'm just going to clean up the edge a bit. And then I'm going to go back in with the clear mascara and kind of set those into place. And also it will brush through the product as well. So I now want to carve them out a bit, and I'm going to use their concealer. The concealer is their Conceal and Correct Liquid Concealer by Beauty UK, and mine's in the shade number 1. And don't know if you can tell, but this ain't all that light. It's super orange. There you go. It's not really my shade at all, really. And obviously this is the lightest one, so that's a bit shit, really, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of this on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to use my Freedom Pro Longwear Concealer in white. Just mix these on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to get this little detailer brush from Real Techniques, and I'm going to use that to then carve out my brows, make them look a bit more precise. I'm definitely not an expert in doing this. Yeah, I probably put in a little bit too much white there, but whatever, we're going to roll with it. Okay, so, yeah, let's carve out our brows. Wow, it's very amateurly carve out our brows, because I don't know really what I'm doing, to be honest. I tried to do this on my 4 Faces MUA video as well, and my brows were mental in that video, but they actually turned out alright in the end. Okay, well, that looks quite interesting, doesn't it? You know what, whilst I've got concealer on the back of my hand, I'm going to kind of put a bit of this on my eyelid as well, just because I'm going to need it anyway as a base for eyeshadow. Actually just get my finger with that. Okay, awesome. I'm now going to get my sponge and blend that out a bit. They don't look too bad actually. I'm pretty satisfied with those brows, so I can't really complain about the brow products. I think they're decent. And the concealer works pretty well once you have got it mixed with white, so I just wish they did a better shade range because it's really orange on its own. So I want to set the concealer on my eyelids down, and I've got the Beauty UK Compact Face Powder, and this is in number 1, and again this has got a really orange tone to it, which I'm not mad about. I wish they could have just made this a little bit lighter because it doesn't look terrible in the pan, but when you put it on it's really orange. Okay, so I'm just going to set this concealer on my eyelids down. Okay, I didn't actually show it too orange on my eyelids, so I think maybe the trick of this powder is to kind of use a more like kind of spread out brush rather than something that's really like packs the powder on. For eyeshadow, I bought 2 eyeshadow palettes. I've got the Beauty UK Posh palette. This is number 3 Festival, and this has just got some really bright colours in it, and these are actually all quite pigmented. I actually do quite like this palette, and I like how vibrant it is. And I also got the Beauty UK eyeshadow palette number 5 Green with Envy, and that's got some kind of it's got an interesting array of shades there. Got some kind of warmy browns, and you've got these kind of greeny, goldy, greeny, and a dark greeny colour, and then some more smoky colours. It's an interesting palette. I find I haven't used all of the colours in this yet, but the ones I did use, they weren't the most blendable, but they did have pigment. It just wasn't, it just kind of blended away a bit, but we'll see what I can do today. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Posh palette, I think, and I'm going to use the bright yellow, where am I? There I am. I'm going to use the bright yellow shade down here. It's pretty pigmented. I really like it, and this is going to be a really like weird eyeshadow look, but we're going to go with it. And I'm just going to pop this like kind of through my crease and just kind of in the outer third area as well. Okay, so as you can see, I mean, that is a super pigmented eyeshadow, and I've probably got a bit overboard, but whatever. I'm now going to get this really kind of neon-y, oh my god, I'm going to get this really neon-y like blue colour here, and I'm going to get that on my finger and put it in the like inner third of my eye. And again, this is super pigmented. Honestly, for a cheap palette, I think the pigment of this is really good, really extreme. I don't like this palette quite as much as the Posh palette. I just feel like, again, it just doesn't blend as well. Like, it does have pigment initially, but I'm going to use it anyway. I'm going to use the kind of goldeny, greeny shade here. I do actually really like this colour. Hopefully I can make it look alright. I'm going to again get my finger and I'm going to put this on kind of the outer third bit. I think I'm going to actually go in with this kind of turquoisey greeny colour here in the Posh palette, and I'm going to add a bit of that to the outer third as well. I'm not actually sure what I'm doing here. I practiced this look, but it's kind of going in a completely different direction. Does that look good or not? I don't know. I'm not sure this was a good idea. If adding that green was the best idea, it's not really done anything. Instead I'm going to add the bright orange shade down here instead to the outer third, and I'm just making this look more and more bonkers. Oh, that one definitely shows up a bit better. Just cleaning up the edge. Before this goes any crazier, I'm just going to add a bit of the white shade here, just underneath my brow bone. I actually do really rate this Posh palette. I think it's got really good pigment, really vibrant and intense, and I think these ones blend well. I'm just not very convinced of the number 5 Green with Envy. Obviously I didn't really use it that much, I only used one colour, but I will like try it out some more and see how all the colours perform. But this one's kind of meh, but I actually do really like the Posh palette. I think I'll get a lot of use out of this because I like kind of doing crazy things with my eye makeup from time to time. What are you doing, madam? I'm going to use the Beauty UK Long Lasting Twist Eyeliner, and it's in the shade Black, and this is just a black pencil liner, one of the twisty up ones. And as always, I'm going to pop some of this into my top and bottom waterline, because I always do that. I actually am quite a fan of this eyeliner pencil. I think it's pretty pigmented and dramatic. It's not the creamiest in texture, but I feel like the twist up eyeliner pencils normally aren't, so it doesn't really bother me. I kind of mainly care about if it, you know, shows up as a nice dramatic black, which I think it does. So I actually do quite like this little eyeliner pencil. Okay, so there you go. I think that works pretty decently. So I got 2 of their mascaras. The first one is the Beauty UK Lash to the Max Volumizing Mascara. This nice vibrant yellow packaging. And the other one I got is the Beauty UK Define FX Mascara, and this comes in a nice neon pink tube. And I'm not mad about these mascaras. The pink one definitely doesn't really do that much at all. The volume one, it does do something, it just takes a hell of a long time to build up. So I am going to use the volume to the max one on my top lashes, and this is probably going to take a while. It does look nice in the end, it just takes a long time to get any kind of volume. It's definitely not my favourite mascara. But nonetheless, we are going to go in and coat the shit out of our lashes. I mean, like, it does do something, it just... that took ages. Okay. I mean, like, they don't look bad in the end. I mean, that looks fine. There's some volume going on there. I feel like I might as well just add a bit of the Define one. This isn't going to do like barely anything. But of the 2 mascaras, the yellow one is definitely better in my opinion. But you know what? Let's just add a bit of this. See if we can like extend them out a tiny bit. So we're going to move on from the eye area now and try out some base products. So the first thing I've got to use is their primer. This is the Prime FX Foundation Primer, and it's got a very like gel, like it's a clear gel consistency, and I actually quite like this because it feels really nice on the face. That's what it looks like there. So I'm just going to smother a lovely amount of this all over my face and rub it in. I actually do quite like this. I don't know if it really helps. I've not tried it out enough to really know if it does help the longevity of your makeup, but it feels really nice and I like that. Okay, I'm just going to give that a little while to absorb into my skin and then we'll move on to foundation. But yes, this feels nice, and because it's all over my hands now, I can just rub them together and it feels so lovely. Foundation that I do have to use is the Beauty UK Matte FX foundation, and it's in the shade 02 Natural. I thought this was the light shade, but it says 02, so maybe it's not. I don't know. But if it is the light shade, well, it's definitely way too dark for me. Again, this is super duper orange. It's not actually quite as bad as the concealer, but I mean, that looks pretty orange, doesn't it? Like, compared to my skin tone, which is like super pale. But yeah, it's actually not quite as bad as the concealer. So at least it's got that going for it. I'm gonna probably mix it with the NYX Pro Foundation Mixer in white, and probably put quite a lot of it in, and we'll see if we can get a somewhat decent colour. Okay, so that's what I've got it to look like with some white mixer. So it's quite a lot paler. It's got kind of pink tone to it though, and I'm more neutral to yellow toned, but whatever, we're gonna roll with it and just use my sponge and put a load of this over my face. Okay, that colour's not too bad now that I've got the white in with it. Okay, so the foundation actually looks okay. I would say it's like a light to medium coverage. It's definitely not full coverage. You can see so many like things poking through my skin. You probably won't be able to see it on camera, but it's not the best coverage ever. But I mean, it's okay. Like, it evens out your skin tone. It just gives you a little bit of coverage. It's not like clinging to any weird areas. Yeah, it looks fine. It's just fairly average foundation, really. They do also have a CC cream that I was kind of curious about, but I didn't get it in the end. But maybe that one's really good, I don't know. But yeah, actually that looks okay. It looks a lot better than the first time I did this, because I definitely put way too much of the foundation and not enough white mixer in, and I looked so orange. But I definitely put in enough white mixer so it looks like the shade looks okay now. Obviously it's a bit too pink toned, but it's okay. Going a lot better than when I practiced it, I can tell you that already. I'm going to be using the same concealer earlier, and I'm just going to do the same thing I did earlier by adding the Freedom white into it. Sorry if this annoys people that I'm mixing loads of white in, but like, I want this to look nice, you know? I mean, I could go the orange route, but then it would just look horrible, and I kind of want to show like these products at their best. So I'm getting some more of this on the back of my hand. Okay, I've got some going on here. I'm just going to put this in areas where I want additional coverage. Under my eyes, probably put a bit on my nose. I'll probably end up just putting this all over my face, to be honest. Then I've got some weird lump in it now. I'm probably going to blend this as I go. I don't know why, but I just Okay, so that's given a little bit more coverage, but it's not done anything like too impressive, so it's kind of an average concealer really. But I mean, my face looks okay. It's the powder I'm a bit worried about. So I think to prevent my face from going super orange with powder, I'm going to use a slightly looser brush, I guess. So I'm going to use this kind of one that I use to do my eyelids, just to do my under eye area, and probably a bit around my nose and stuff. So I'm just going to make sure that I've got no creasage. I'll use this blush brush by Real Techniques, but I need to try and get any of the blush off so I'm not just putting like pink on my face. Hopefully all the pink's gone off that, but yeah, I'll use this, and I'm going to try and like, I don't want to put this on too like firmly because it's going to just really orange me out, but at the same time I want to make sure my face is actually set. Normally I'm against the kind of like brushing on powder technique. I prefer to kind of like pack it on, like dab it or whatever the correct terminology is, but for this palette that might not work, so I am kind of slightly rubbing this. I think that's the best we're gonna get. It has got a bit orange, but I think that would have been impossible to avoid, but I mean, it's mattified my face, which is what I want, and there's the hair on my nose. Yeah, I mean, it's mattified my face, it's done what a powder needs to do. It's just a really bad colour. I'm sure it might work for some people, but for me it's just no. Okay, so I'm going to do some cheek products now. And the first thing I've got to use is the Beauty UK Shimmer Box #1 Bronze. And it's just kind of a bunch of glimmery bronzer shades, and then it's got a kind of highlighter shade at the bottom, which you definitely can't see there. But I'm going to kind of swirl around all of the colours and use that to add a bit of warmth to my face. This is a very shimmery bronzer, so if you don't like shimmers in your bronzers, if you prefer a matte, this isn't for you, but I think it's decent. It's like pigmented, it looks quite nice. Can be a bit easy to go overboard with this, so be careful, but I think it's alright. I just told you that it was easy to go overboard, and I was right, because I've just gone way too overboard there, so I'm just going to blend that out. Barely even touched my face with it. It's not like my favourite bronzer, it's not the best, but like it's not bad. I also got a blusher, and this is the Beauty UK Blush and Bronze #3 Upper East Side, and it's quite a just, you know, nice pinky, not too dark, not too light shade. This is quite nice, but again, super pigmented, very easy to go overboard. Last time I used this I did go overboard and I couldn't blend it out, so I'm going to have to be super careful here. I'm going to tap a bit on in my just general cheek area and hope I don't go too nuts. UK actually doesn't do like a highlighter. They have like these like baked blusher things that cover like blusher and bronzer shades. I think there's one that kind of says it's a highlighter, but it didn't look like it would work for my skin tone. So they really don't have a lot to choose from in terms of highlighting products. So what I'm going to try and do is get the lighter shade from the Shimmer Box, and I'm just going to get a quite small brush, and I'm going to try and use that to highlight with, and then I might end up using some of the eyeshadows, the white eyeshadows as well, to add a bit more glimmer. I mean, like, that has done something, but just not a lot, and because you've only got this like tiny little bit you can use, it's kind of difficult to get your brush in, and obviously I prefer to use slightly bigger brushes for highlight, so a bit annoying that. I'm also going to go in with the white shade from the Posh palette, and I'll use the same brush and see if I can build up any white iciness onto my face. I think this worked when I last used it, I can't actually remember. So yeah, we'll just add a bit of the white eyeshadow. Oh, see, that's actually doing something. Okay, I think that white eyeshadow actually worked pretty decently. Just gonna blend out a touch. At least we've got some highlight going on. Right, and let's just going to get off all of this foundation on my lips, because this is horrible. Right, we're going to go back to the eye area now. So first I'm going to get the blue shade that I used earlier, the really vibrant blue shade. And I'm going to just kind of continue from where I've got the hair and just bring it into the inner corner. I'm then going to get this pink shade down here, and I'm going to bring this under my eye. Just going to use a little kind of flat top brush like this. I'm going to get the Beauty UK Glitter Eyeliner, Gel Eyeliner #1 Silver, and this is just a lovely glittery silver liner, and I think I'm just going to pop some of this into the inner corner of my eye. And that is kind of the finished eye look. We just need some mascara on our bottom lashes. I'm going to use the Lash Toner Max one again for that. We're going to finish off with some lip products, and I got 2 lip products. First thing I've got is the Pucker Up Twist Lip Liner, and this is in the shade #2 Mauve Moi. It is a very like nudie pink colour. I actually really like this. I think it's a really nice nude colour with a very pink tone. It's got a nice formula. I actually really like this, so I'm going to use that to line my lips. The other product I got is the Beauty UK Lips Matter Velvet Matte Lip Cream. This one is in the shade More of Your Body number 7, and this is quite a pinky, very light pinky colour. And it's nice. I don't know if this is my favourite colour, and I have no idea if it goes with this makeup, but it's all we've got, so we're going to use it. So we'll start with the lip liner. So that's what the lip liner looks like on its own. I actually think it's a really nice, pretty colour, and it feels quite matte. I actually think it looks really nice on its own. But I am going to go in with the Velvet Lip Cream and add some of this on. That's a strong smell. It's like strawberries, raspberries, I don't know. It's some kind of fruity scent. It's quite nice. Okay, so that's what that looks like. I wouldn't say this is the best quality liquid lipstick. It is a little bit patchy, and it just kind of like settle into all the little lines. So it doesn't look the best. I mean, it's a nice colour, it looks pretty, but it's not like the most high quality formula for a liquid lipstick. I mean, it's still kind of moist at the moment, but I don't know if you can see it, but it just really like settles into all those little lovely lines in your lips. This basically is the look finished, but I've got a load of mascara in places I don't want it, so I'm going to sort that out. Okay, so I did just brush through my brows again with some of the clear gel just to make sure they were freshened up. But yes, this is the finished full face of Beauty UK makeup, and I think it turned out okay in the end. I know the eyes are a bit crazy and won't be for everyone's taste, but personally I like to do things like this every now and then. I will say, like, there's just a lot of makeup here that really isn't up my street and that I just don't rate very highly, but a lot of it I do quite like. I will just talk you through some of my faves and my not so faves before we go. Okay, so products that I actually do really like. I really like the Posh palette, the eyeshadow palette. I think that this is super pigmented, as you can see. The colours are just lovely, and I just think that this is a really fun palette and something that if you do quite a lot of adventurous eye looks like I like to do, you need this. And I can't remember how much it was. I think it was like $5.99, so pretty affordable, and I actually think this is a really good palette for the price. I actually do really like the eyebrow products. The clear gel works really well, but again, it's kind of hard to fuck that up. And I actually think that the brow pencil is pretty good. The Simply Define eyebrow pencil, it's just quite like soft, and it doesn't come out like really thick and blocky, which I like, and it's a nice colour. Like, it matches like the roots of my hair really well, and it's just easy to kind of, you know, like blend out and stuff. So I actually think that these eyebrow products work pretty well. I also really like this little glitter eyeliner thing. I think that's worked really well in accordance with my eyes, and I will get a lot of use out of this, especially for Christmas, which is coming up soon. How exciting. I actually really like the lip liner. I think I'll use this a lot. I'm not mad about the matte lip cream though. I don't know. It's just, I don't know if this is my colour, and I just don't know how much I like the formula. I mean, it looks okay, it's not terrible, but I don't know how often I'd wear this really. But I think I would wear the lip liner quite a lot. Primer feels really nice. I like this. I have no idea if it really does help your makeup last longer, but I think it feels really nice on the skin. Base products, so like the foundation, the powder and the concealer, but the shades are just so wrong for me, and I just don't think they're really that good even if they were the right shade. I just feel like it's an okay foundation, it's an okay concealer, it just doesn't do an awful lot. It just kind of, you know, evens out your skin tone and stuff, but it doesn't really give you the best coverage, and it does look a little bit cakey, especially the powder. I feel like, I mean, it mattifies well, but I don't know, I just feel like the colour's so bad and it just makes it look a bit dry and cakey, to be honest. So I'm not a hugest fan of the base products, but I don't know, they might work really well for some people, especially if you've got a better skin tone for them. Quite like the Twist Up eyeliner pencil. I think that does a really good job. Not the biggest fan of the mascaras. I mean, once you do build them up, they look okay, but I just think you could get much better mascaras, and they don't cost that much more than these. Bronzer's okay, but it's not my favourite bronzer. I mean, it does give a nice glow to the cheeks, but it's just very easy to go a bit crazy with this. And I'd say the same thing for the blusher. I mean, I didn't actually go too crazy with this. It actually came out alright today, so I don't know, kind of changed my mind a bit about this. I do actually quite like the blush. It's just a very nice pretty colour that I think would work with a lot of skin tones. So I actually do like the blush. Again, you just gotta have a light hand with it. So that's just my opinions on the product. So it's a bit, there are some pretty decent products in here. I do think that there are things worth checking out, definitely. Yeah, I think the finished look turned out alright in the end though. So I do think it is worth checking out some Beauty UK products, but just be wary that not everything is probably going to work for you. Although, I don't know, obviously opinions differ depending on what type of skin tone or skin type you've got. So anyway, I'm going to finish this here. So thank you for watching this video. I will be doing more one brand looks, but obviously I have limited money, so I can't do them too often, and it might take me longer periods of time to gather up enough products for the different brands, but I will definitely be doing more one brand looks. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.